Knicks family, what's poppin'? It's your boy. We got a line up here in the chat, and we're getting ready to break this down because this is a must-win scenario tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We got to get this one. Just get the guys over here. You see, we got Andy. We got Julito is back. We got Kev. We got Devon in the building, and I'm pretty sure we're going to have some more people show up. And, of course, that's Evergreen on the beat, ladies and gentlemen. So big shout out to Evergreen for the beat. Let's go ahead and get this thing on the move, man. Andy, what's popping with you, bro? It's been a minute. Glad to see you back.
Yeah, what's up, guys? What's up to the chat? Happy to be back.
Yeah, man. Julito, what's going on with you, man?
Hey, welcome back, MBK. Good to always talk Knicks with y'all. It's always a good time. So thanks for having me again, Sim, and to the rest of the team.
Yeah,
shout out to the chat.
Appreciate you, man. Devon, what's up, man?
You know, I do back in the house, man. Back to be back with the fellas. Good to see you again, Andy. We MIA for a while. We worried about you, buddy. We're good to see
man.
you back.
I wasn't worried about him.
I like either he blowing up in Poland. He blowing up in Poland doing something. We ain't seen him in a minute.
Hey, Ninja Andy always going to strike, so don't even sweat that.
Big up to the chat, man. Everybody, get the thumbs up popping off. Everybody, let's get ready for this must-win tonight, like Sim and Julio said. But I think we might pull it off. But big up to the chat, to the panel. Everybody hit them thumbs up. Get the like buttons popping off in here tonight.
Mm-hmm. No doubt. So, Kev, you back to work yet? Well, you've been to work. Are you back in the office?
No. I thought it was supposed to be this week, and we still not ready. So the longer I'm here, I'm fine.
You're enjoying it, right?
I'm just chilling. I'm just chilling.
I feel you.
But
Evergreen. Go ahead, man.
No, I was just gonna say salute to the chat. Salute to my brothers on the panel here. Salute to you, Sim. Again, on YouTube, should never did what they did, but you back on. That's all that matters.
That's it. We back now. Matters. We good, man. That's good.
All that matters. We got a special guest. We got Evergreen in the house.
Evergreen's in the building. What's good, man?
Building. Peace and love, Nick family. What's going on?
I can't pick your brain. I can't wait.
Oh man, I'm here, baby. I'm here. Let's get to it.
Yeah.
All right, let's get to it, man. I guess I'll start with you, Evergreen, man. We're on a 4-game slide. 4-game slid. Everybody was happy. We were 5-3. Everything was looking good. All of a sudden, whatever happened, James Dolan didn't go get the injury bug vaccine. So we got injuries all over the place. We look bad the past couple of games, these last 4 games. We look bad offensively and defensively. It's been a tough go. But we're playing a team tonight that's even more injury ravished than us. Even more injury ravished than us. Colin Sexton is out. Darius Garland is out. Kevin Love is out. Kevin Porter Jr. is out. Matthew Dellavedova is sidelined. Dylan Windler is out. They got all kinds of people out. That's why I say today is a must-win. Ain't no way we can lose. Well, there's a way we can lose. I'm just saying. There's a way we can lose.
Well, hold up now. Don't make the Knicks say, hold my beer, bro.
Right. Just saying, we can't lose. And before we
can't wait, Tim.
I know, man. But I'm saying, we can't lose to these. Come on, man. But
we're essentially if all those injuries are what they are and they're legitimate, we're essentially going to play against a Cleveland G League team, which, might I add, was that same team that we played in the preseason, right? And if I recall correctly, we kind of had a little bit of trouble with them in the preseason. If I recall correctly.
Well, Well, we had problems with them in the first half of that first game, and then after that, we put the pedal to the metal.
Right. So let's not doubt. Let's not doubt what could.
We shouldn't be looking over nobody.
Happen.
Yeah,
you know,
we shouldn't look over nobody.
Right. So we should be completely. This should be a blowout game for us, even with our injuries. Especially with the way Juju's been playing. That's my name for him is Juju. Especially with the way Juju's been playing. Excuse me. So, I think that this is the game that we should see Mitchell Robinson take some jumpers.
Uh-oh.
This is the game. I know. I get it. Everyone's, you're not sold on that yet. But
I mean,
if there was ever a game where Andre Drummond's not playing, right? Is he not playing? I'm pretty sure he's not playing, right?
Andre Drummond's playing. He's back. He's playing tonight.
Okay, well, all right. I got to make sure I put him in on my fantasy team. Anyway, but if there was ever a game, this should be a game where if we have a decent lead, all right, let's see if Mitchell Robinson, if that Twitter post he put up of him shooting a jumper, let's see if someone is going to honor that and allow him to take at least a 12-footer, maybe. Just like you said yesterday on Guillermo's show, if that was yesterday or earlier today, teams are literally allowing him to get to that 3-point line and move to the left and do that little handoff, do that Fizdale play. Teams are letting him do it.
Yeah.
So if you're gonna leave him 6 feet open at the 3 line, let him do one dribble and take a jump shot. So this is a game that I would like to see somebody do something if we have a decent lead and we're not, looking like a G out there. Yeah. Other than that, stay the course. And if we're well ahead, you know what I mean, then I want to see Mitch take a couple jumpers.
Okay. Well, we'll see. I mean, I don't mind. I want him to shoot. They leave him too wide open. I want him to shoot the basketball, but I hope he does. Looking at the Knicks injury report, Reggie Bullock he's been upgraded to questionable, and he did a little interview from Shoot Around saying that it sounds like he's going to be out there. He's going to suck it up. Sounds like he's going to be out there. Doubtful.
Crazy.
Hey, but you know what? I'm going to be honest with you, though. We've missed Reggie Bullock. We've missed his ability to muck up the game, and you can see it. The last 2 games, did you see how many guys was going backdoor on R.J. Barrett?
Alec Burke.
I'm talking about.
But on the defensive end,
I think we miss Reggie Bullock on the defensive end, man. We miss what he brings to the game. He may play an ugly basketball game, but I think we missed him. Alec Burks is doubtful. So
when we're giving up plays like that, that Reggie Bullock would normally be there to defend. If we had Alec Burke on the other end of the ball scoring, nobody would care.
Well, I mean, but still,
we miss Alec Burke and what he's doing on the offensive end.
It depends. The reason why I say it kind of depends a little bit because the game against Charlotte, I think he would have done a great job on getting Gordon Hayward. Gordon probably would have got a few points, but I think he would have done a better job than what we were doing with defending him. Yeah. I think Reggie would have made a little bit of a difference.
Well, let me get back to this injury report. Then I'm gonna come up to you because Alec Burks is actually doubtful. He's been upgraded kind of to doubtful. All right, so maybe he's getting closer. I don't know. And then Frank Ntilikina has continued to be out with a sprained right knee. And with the way that the Knicks injury reports have been going this year, I mean, a guy can be out one day and then the next day he's automatically upgraded to probable. You know what I mean? I mean, like Obi Toppin, he was out. We didn't know when he was coming back. Next thing you know, he's available. You know what I mean? So it's been a little weird to me with the whole injury report stuff. But Julito, I think you was getting ready to jump in there and say something.
Yeah, no, I was just going to say I'm not a fan of Reggie Bullock at all. I don't believe he's missed. But if you consider how Austin Rivers has been playing on the defensive end,
yeah,
we are missing Reggie Bullock if we're comparing it to the Austin Rivers defense.
Yes.
But Reggie Bullock as a player himself should be on the bottom of our bench.
No, listen, I get it. But I'm gonna tell you a couple things.
That. Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you a couple things that one, I think we miss him on the defensive side. He mucks up the game a little bit. RJ Barrett, freaking Doc Rivers' son, Austin Rivers. They keep letting guys go backdoor on them. It's burning me up inside. And then what you haven't seen in the last 2 games that's very, very effective for us is that handoff from Julius Randle. He does it with Alec Burks as well, but Alec Burks is not here. That handoff to Julius Randle, and then Reggie Bullock's, he gets to that foul line area, and he's able to create some havoc in there. He shoots that little foul line jump shot. He doesn't always make it, but that causes the defense to collapse, and they have to worry about that play. We've missed that play. That play is almost a staple to this offense. We have really missed that play. Whether it's Alec Burks or it's Reggie Bullock, that play really does suck in the defense, even sometimes against the zone, and it allows guys to be able to push the ball out, swing the ball out to the perimeter. You know what I mean? So I those are some areas where I really think that we've missed him. And I think he's probably going to start tonight. If he's back and he's playing, most likely he's going to start. That's what I'm thinking. You know what I mean? That's what I'm thinking. I haven't seen the Knicks put out a starting lineup yet, but that's the way that Tom Thibodeau has been rolling. Tom Thibodeau said he was going to be searching for lineups throughout the season. He has not been searching for lineups. I mean, I don't know if he's searching for guys off the bench, but he developed his starting 5 and he stuck with it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I really quick, I just want to say when it comes to Tom Thibodeau and the things he's been talking about early on in the season, right? As far as the guy who works the hardest will get the playing time. The product will keep you on the court. Production will keep you on the court. Are these guys just playing that horrible at practice that a guy like Alfred Payton is playing over them every night and playing dirty? Like, are they playing that bad in practice? Because I'm confused. If I see Alfred Payton walk down the court one more time and allow the defense to set every single play, I don't know what I'm going to do, y'all. It's extremely triggering.
Just make sure what you do is positive, because he's going to do it tonight. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna do it. He's gonna do it tonight.
Oh my God!
I mean, one, I think that Tom Thibodeau is just looking to develop some continuity, because if last year Fizdale was all over the place. Every game was a different lineup, it seemed like, and I think the only way to develop even a little bit of continuity is probably to just say, hey, I'm gonna rock with this lineup for a little while. See what we do. See if they can build some kind of chemistry, and maybe ugly chemistry, but maybe they can build some kind of chemistry, and then I can get my next unit to build some chemistry. The problem is with so many injuries, the Knicks said the first 20 games was going to be an evaluation period. It's probably going to have to go longer than that. It's probably got to go to like 30 games, right? Because guys been injured. You don't know what lineups really look like. Josh, what you think, man?
Salute the panel, salute MBK fam, salute the chat. What's going on, y'all? How y'all doing?
Do we really need his commentary? No, I'm just kidding. That's my boy, man.
Hey, listen, hold on. Y'all, I'm not gonna let y'all do that. I'm not gonna let y'all do that with my man Josh. I'm the only one that could do that. Cut it out. Josh, go ahead, bro. Do your thing, bro. Do your thing. I'm here to support you.
Josh about to go Super Saiyan now.
No, that's my boy, man. That's my man.
Go ahead.
He know it.
I'm not gonna go Super Saiyan. Not today. Today is not the day to go Super Saiyan. Listen, Cleveland has a lot of injuries, particularly at the guard position. So Sexton and Garland, those are the engines or the engine that drives Cleveland and drives everything they do offensively. So I do expect the Knicks to have the upper hand. As we all know, the guard play has been just absolutely horrendous for the first 11, 12 games of the season. So I do expect the Knicks to have a bounce back game tonight. And I don't care what you guys say about Elfrid Payton. There's nobody better than him on this roster at the point guard position. There's nobody better than him. Okay, I understand.
I don't know about that one, Josh. I don't think there's anybody that Tibbs trusts more than him. But to say better, come on now. I think give it, and Sim talked about this on the other episode. I just believe it's Rivers not knowing the plays and not having enough practice time. And I know Austin Rivers is a better point guard, and he's not even a true point guard. I know he's a better point guard than Elfrid Payton, hands down.
Well, we haven't seen it in his career. We haven't seen Austin Rivers truly play point guard. And if you think
that's the difference. That's what I'm comparing it to. We've barely seen Austin Rivers play point guard, but we've seen Elfrid Payton play point guard. And I'm saying Austin Rivers is better than him.
And let me ask Josh a question. Let me ask Josh a question. You say that he hasn't been the point guard, but didn't he back up Russell Westbrook and CP3 when they were when he was with those teams respectively?
CP3 and Russell Westbrook were getting 35 to 40 minutes per game. So they were playing point guard for the majority of the game. So him backing up was coming in more of that, in that off-ball role. Chris Paul and Russell Westbrook was on the floor at the same time.
Okay.
And you can't this is what cracks me up, right? You're saying that Elfrid Payton is so bad of a point guard, needs this, needs that, but you rather replace him with someone that we don't know what we got as far as a point guard is concerned. That just doesn't make any sense. And we talk about Elfrid Payton not being able to score the basketball. And if you say it's Emmanuel Quickly shooting 32% from the field this year. 32%. That is terrible. So all this talk about Elfrid Payton.
But here's
all this talk about Elfrid Payton. Hold on, Kev. All this talk about Elfrid Payton not being the guy. I understand he's not the guy for the future. But right now, as the roster is constructed, he's the best point guard on the roster. And we do need an upgrade. I would definitely agree with that. But right now, we wanted to stay the course, right? We didn't want to make any moves in the offseason. When I was dying and I was begging, I was like, yo, we need to go out and make a trade for a point guard. No one wanted to do that now. Now look what we have. So I just think we need to really be careful about how we judge these players. Let's be fair across the board.
Okay, two things with that. The reason why we didn't want to do that is because we didn't want to give up all our capital, because he was going to take capital. I mean, you saw. Wait a minute. Wait. We didn't want to give up capital. The reason why it worked between Washington and Houston is because you had preferably two all-stars going back, just switching each other. We didn't have that. We would have had to give up capital in order to get him over here. So that's the first thing.
Captain, why does everybody want to make a trade right now then? Everyone wants to make a trade right now. Everyone is talking about, the Knicks need to upgrade the roster. After I've been screaming that in the offseason, everyone wants to make a trade right now and give up capital. What's the difference?
My only problem. Okay, so my only problem with hey Steph, how you doing? My only problem with Payton is that for the past, I guess, 2 or 3 games, I'm not seeing the same aggression going to the basket. And when he does do that, his shots are not going in. Those layups and those teardrops that he usually does, they're not falling from it, and I don't know why. That's my only problem with Payton. Payton, you're somewhat right. You're somewhat right with saying how he's one of the best on our team, but we can also say on the flip side, we want to see Quickly doing the same thing. You see, when Quickly is in the game, the change of the pace changes.
But that's not. So let me jump in here because.
Okay.
See, I agree with Josh that Elfrid Payton is the best point guard we got on the team. That doesn't mean that he's perfect, right? By all means, we know he's not perfect. You know what I mean? He doesn't push the pace at all. He doesn't shoot well from the field, although he is shooting better than most of the players on our team, to be honest with you, although he doesn't shoot well from the field. He gets to the basket but misses all these bunnies, and it makes everybody sick to the stomach. He dribbles into traffic and then picks up his dribble, right? I mean there's a bunch of things that he does. We know that, right? But let's be honest, when Quickly's in the game, it doesn't always result to the Knicks outscoring the other team. It doesn't always result in that. You know what I mean?
I think it's about only making $5 million. He's only making $5 million. He's outplaying his contract. I think it's about the spacing on the floor and the opportunity for space in the lane. When Elfrid Payton is in the lane, he clogs up the space. RJ, Alfred, and Julius clog the paint up. So it allows, if you notice, no one can, there's no cutters, there's no back doors. It is literally you watching them dribble the ball, pass it to one another, and everyone just dribbles until they get a shot at the last second of the shot.
I mean, that's true, but is that Payton or is it the lineup?
Right. That's shooting. That's the shooting.
And how is Julius Randle able to get off? If everything you said is true, how is Julius Randle able to get off?
Julius scores most of his points in isolation.
Right.
All right, but that's
so he gets the ball, goes to the corner, and does the mellow thing. That's how. And he's just a really good basketball player, so he's able to work. With Julie, listen, I'm sorry, I cannot believe that Tibbs is telling him to slow down the pace every single possession and play a half-court game.
I disagree. I think he is for some reason. I think.
Yeah, I don't know. I
think he is.
I mean, I think that's the question. I think that really is the question.
That was the next thing I was going to bring up. Right. Yeah, that was the next thing I was going to bring up. I think he's slowing him down. I really do.
I mean, that has to be the question, right? That has to be the question because they play at a slow, plodding pace. Other teams are running down, setting up the zone, and then we walk the ball up and look at the zone and try to figure out what we're going to do against the zone. And I don't see Tibbs screaming like, push it, push it, push it, or anything like that. So I don't know. It's hard to say.
I saw Fizdale do that more than Tibbs. He was saying, push the ball, push the ball.
Go ahead, Andy.
Yeah, just to the pace thing. I don't know if someone mentioned it before, but I think Tibbs doesn't want us to play fast because he knows he has to play RJ and Julius really heavy minutes. So it's a different thing when you're playing like 40 minutes a game with a fast pace and 40 minutes, just walking around the court. So that's a huge difference. And we already saw Julius cramping this season.
Yeah.
Right.
And we're like 10 games in the season, right? So I think this is Tibbs, philosophy, unless we're going to get like the full roster healthy and we're going to be able to rotate these guys faster. Unless that's going to happen, I think we're going to be playing this pace.
Yeah.
But I think even before this was even before the injuries and the shortened roster, we were not pushing the ball. And I asked that question too. And I'm wondering if Tibbs, with all the film that he's watching, just doesn't see us as a fast break team. Maybe, as we said before, the margin for error is so slim. If we play faster, maybe that's more turnovers, more opportunities for the other team that we just can't overcome or come back from because offensively, we're just not a very good team right now.
And basically, our two best players in RJ and Julius, they're not fast-paced guys. They're not fast-paced, players. That's why when we have quickly Obi and the second squad, they're running a little bit faster. Yeah, but unless RJ is on the court or Julius, we're walking up the court.
I mean, I agree. I don't think that team is built to be a fast break type of team, but I do think you can try to beat the press up. Try to beat the zone up the floor. Yeah, they're not built to be a fast break team. They're not at all. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to see them. I don't want to see them trying to force to run. But I think there are times where you could try to beat that press up the floor, even if you. Not the press, the zone up the floor. But it's hard. It's hard for them guys. Yeah, go ahead.
Can I ask really quick? Yeah. Really quick. So is it that RJ and Julius are not fast break players or just the 2 seasons they've been with the Knicks, they've had Elfrid Payton as their point guard.
No.
That's why. Because if you watched R.J. Barrett and Duke, he was a fast break player.
Absolutely.
He ran the break every single play with Zion Williamson on the other end. And Trey Jones as his point guard, right? So I'm just saying, we got to remember Elfrid Payton has been the point guard for the 2 years R.J. Barrett has been on his team.
But Payton gonna do what Tibbs want him to do. I think it's a Tibbs thing. I don't think it's a Payton.
Yes.
But and when we look at RJ, right? You look at him in college, he had good speed. In the NBA, he's slow.
Compared
RJ,
to the speed.
He's having a hard time beating his man to the basket sometimes. You know, and I don't know, he even looked slower than last year. Now, with all that being said, it's a good thing to watch to see if when Quickly is in the game, when he's in there with RJ and Julius, do they push the ball a little bit better? Push it, try to get up, or does he too slow it down? If he comes in and slows it down too, then we know it's Tom Thibodeau. So that's something we can really look for to see, how that's going down. The one thing I'll say about Payton that I have noticed, because one thing that kills me, just 2 things that really, really frustrate me with Payton, and I'm not, a lot of people wanted to blame RJ shooting woes on Payton. I'm not doing that. But there are a couple things that frustrate me. One, when he gets into the center, when he gets into the paint and picks up the basketball, that kills me because you shouldn't pick up the basketball. He gets himself in trouble. Then he's got to find a way to pass it out. Sometimes he finds a good pass, or he just, if he doesn't find a good pass, he just kicks it back out and it really doesn't amount to anything, right? Or he turns the ball over. That, and he doesn't reverse the ball to the other side. He'll be at the top of the key. He'll get the ball. He'll go right back to the same side that the ball just came from. And you can't move the defense if you don't reverse the ball to the other side. You know what I mean? The shooting, it is what it is. But those 2 things right there really bother me with him, from point guard, because those are 2 things that a point guard should know to do. You keep your dribble. You don't pick your dribble up unless you're like really, really, really in trouble. You don't pick your dribble up. And you keep the ball moving. You keep the ball reversing. Those 2 things bother me. That being said,
and that's
what
one of
I've
the things.
noticed,
that's one of the things I like about Quickly. Yeah,
but there's some other things.
He doesn't pick up his dribble.
Right. I mean, but there's some other things with Quickly that I don't think he's ready to be a starter in the NBA yet. But what I have seen though with Elfrid Payton the last 2 games is that he's starting to, when he's touching the paint, he's still getting in trouble sometimes. But when he's touching the paint, he's starting to look to get it out a little bit quicker, right? So he's, boom, as soon as the ball touches the paint and he sees there's defenders there, he's getting it over to the opposite side of the floor. So let's see if that continues. And I think that right there is someone saying to him, yo, you're getting yourself caught with 3 and 4 defenders around you. Now, last game, I still see him do it 3 or 4 times. I remember he tried to pass it out. He got caught with 3 guys around him, tried to pass it out to Julius Randle, got stolen. Fast break for Brooklyn, right? But I think someone did say to him, hey, your foot touches that paint and there's defenders there, get that ball out. So let's see if he continues to do that. Emmanuel Quickly does that. He kind of does it naturally, but he also, gets in the lane and pulls up that floater himself a lot of times. You know what I mean? Even when he's not hitting, he gets in there and he pulls it up. I would like to see Emmanuel Quickly stop pulling up that, because he'll pull it up from the foul line, the floater. I like to see him go straight up in the air and pulling up the jump shot. That quick stop and pop.
So you want a jump shot? Okay. All right. Okay.
I mean, if you got to shoot the floater. Or say that again.
Yeah, or taking 2 or 3 more steps into the lane and causing some contact and going for the foul. He enjoys going to the line. 2 more, especially last game. I kept watching. I'm like, if he took 1 more step and went up for a layup, he possibly would have got fouled. Something he got to work on.
Yeah, and he does a great job getting fouled. He does a great job getting to the line.
I didn't. Yeah. Well, one thing I saw that he didn't do in Brooklyn that he was doing in the other one. He was trying to go for that too much, Sim. You know, trying to get that
floater.
Well, not the floater.
The foul
part.
Oh,
yeah, I didn't see him doing it that much in the Brooklyn game. So.
Yeah. I think someone probably talked to him and said, hey, you don't got to try to get it every time.
Right.
You know, he got happy because, you know, the first few times he did it in the league, he's like, oh, shit, this is easy. I can get this anytime. And then, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
And then people figured it out. You know, so I think someone probably talked to him and, you know, he switched the game up a little bit. Tonight.
But again, I love his work ethic, man. I love his work ethic because he after the game, he was back at it again, you know, trying to get some shots up and everything. So.
But guess who else was out there with him trying to get some shots up?
Peyton.
Frank.
Alfred Payton. Alfred Payton was out there. It was him and Alfred Payton out there getting shots up.
Good.
Obi should play tonight, right? I think finally he probably got some, some contact practicing, so he should play tonight. Hopefully we see him for more than 45 or 57 seconds. I'm gonna start with Andy. What are your expectations, Andy? And I'm gonna go around. What are your expectations from Obi tonight? If he gets many minutes.
Yeah, exactly. I'm guessing he's going to get over 10 minutes at least. I understood the minute in the last game because he didn't have even one practice under his belt after that, you know, being cleared for playing, right? So I understood that minute. I was thinking that they might have, you know, throw him a little bit longer, but I understood the minute. Well, I hope when he takes that 3-pointer, it goes in. Because, you know, I noticed that he likes to take that shot, but, you know, I don't think he's confident. He has confidence in that shot on the NBA range, and I don't feel confident when I see him taking that shot. And I always, you know, what I was thinking, what I'm going to get from Obi is that he's going to drive and dunk on someone. I just really hope that that's going to happen. And I think this might be the game because, you know, they got the roster depleted. So he can, you know, dunk on one of those G Leaguers from the Cavs.
Yeah, we need him to do something. You know, we need him to do something. Julito?
Yeah, I just hope that Obi starts to get a feel of the NBA game. Right, because if we looked at his first 4 preseason games, he didn't really look that great out there. He was used to being in college where he was the main objective for every team, but they were kids, right? So he just dominated. He did under the leg dunks and windmills every play, and it's a different ballgame. These guys are a lot stronger. They're a lot more smarter defensively. So I hope he gets a feel of the game. Tibbs said the last game he took him out really quick is because he just didn't like the defensive matchup for him. He knew that those guys were running and gunning, and he was like, I'm not going to mess this kid's health up again for a team that we're most likely going to lose to against the Cavs G Leaguers. And this is a great opportunity for Obi to go to work. And I just think Obi needs to see a 3-point shot go in. And he needs, like Andy said, he needs to yam it on somebody one good time so he could say, okay, I'm an NBA player. Yeah. I don't feel like he sees himself as a true NBA player right now. And that's just going to take some reps. And I think he'll get it tonight.
Yeah. Divine, I haven't heard from you the whole show, Divine. What's up, man?
I'll let everybody get their thoughts in, man, until you get the call in. But I think the best thing ever happened to Obi this year that he got injured. He got a chance to sit back and look at the NBA on the bench, see what he up against. So I think the injury was a blessing, believe it or not, because he got a chance to look at the NBA from the bench and see what he wasn't doing right, what he was doing right, what player do this. So I think it was good for him. I still got confidence Obi's going to be a really good rookie. I mean, the 4 preseason games preseason. I mean, it is what it is. But he played 1 full season game and he got injured. I mean, Obi is a dog, man. I mean, tapes don't lie, games don't lie, and from what I see that brother do, once he get a feet settled in the NBA, he's going to be a problem because he's talented. He can shoot the 3. He got athletic. He can get to. I'm not even worried about Obi myself. I hope this game, being that it's Cleveland, he get the minutes to get his feet wet again. But I think overall, man, Obi's gonna be a problem. I've seen players as players. I mean, if you got talent, you got talent. I mean, everybody come from college to the pro. That's a gimme. They all go through that. Are they going through it now? And you know, in college, he was dominating in the pros. He got to deal with the bigger things. But Obi can ball. I'm not even worried about that dude. I'm so glad he back to relieve Julius Randle, because I think the reason why, you know, we had a 4-game losing streak, no players, everybody injured, all the minutes is piling up. That's why everybody ripping out with Peyton now. Man, we have 4 losing streak because we had no players. But I think Obi's going to be fine tonight. I'm looking forward to having a pretty good game. I'm not dominant, but I'm looking to see that you will see his skill set on display tonight in Cleveland, hopefully.
Okay. All right, I'm going to come to Prince because I ain't heard from Prince yet.
The Prince.
Prince, what's going on with you, man?
Prince, what up?
Mike.
You got to turn your mic on. You got to turn your mic on. There you go.
My bad. You know, shout out to chat, shout out to panel, man. You know, like I said, this game, it's going to be a weird one. They don't got no guards. I don't know, you know, what they offense going to look like. Speaking about Obi, is that what we on right now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, Obi definitely, I want to see him come back. I heard, who was that? I think that was Julito, who said he want to see Obi out there shooting trays. Where me, I think I'm the reverse. I want to see Obi actually get some bread and, you know, go in there and play like Julius, get some money on the block.
I didn't say that, Prince.
Oh, okay, my bad.
I just said I want to see him make one.
Oh, make one.
I was about to say, like, that, I think that's been his problem, Julito, is just that. Like, he came in the league and somebody told him he was Kevin Knox. Like, I mean...
Listen, you see what his mama said, Prince? His mama said he don't shoot no threes. Go and go.
Oh, see, I ain't seen that. I ain't seen that.
My son ain't no 3-point shooter. My son a rim runner. Go.
And you know, mama ain't gonna lie on you. Mama ain't gonna lie on you. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, you know, I think the kid definitely needs to, you know, find his footing in the NBA. Definitely think that, you know, obviously with the injury and him being, you know, a go-getter, it's probably definitely held him back a lot. He definitely seems like a kid who wants to work. It's just, it sucks that we just have a conundrum in the position that we drafted him at. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got Julius who's putting up all-star numbers. So it's like, oh, well, we thought you were going to be the franchise power forward, but, you know, you're going to have to wait right now. But with that being said, definitely look forward to him coming back, contributing on the boards, helping us out defensively, and giving Julius a little bit of spell. You know, so again, and then we'll finally get a chance to see that somewhat of that lineup that we all was, you know, drooling over in the summer of seeing, you know, the kids. And I would love to see the kids quickly, RJ, Knox, Obi, Mitch, you know what I'm saying? And let them run, you know what I'm saying? With that being said, you know, they definitely got a lot of bigs, so all of our bigs should play tonight. I think, you know, majority of the minutes should go to Mitch, Obi. Leave Norrells on the bench, wherever the heck he at. You know what I'm saying? Give him respect. He caught that oop from Peyton. It was almost like he almost dunked it like on accident. Like he almost like his body was like, oh my God, I can't believe I actually caught the ball and I dunked it at the same time. Yeah, you did that. Yes, you did that. So, like I said, man, look forward to seeing what this game brings us tonight. Hopefully we just come out with a lot more intensity, though. That's what we have honestly been lacking. I know the shots ain't falling, but we got to get it from somewhere. And I don't know where it is, but we're going to have to bring some energy and intensity to these games because, again, we don't look like we having fun like we once did. And I hope the losses didn't, you know, pop our balloon. But, you know what I'm saying? It's like Tom Thibodeau said, we got to find ways to have fun and get ourselves energized because, again, we don't have fans. We don't have a crowd. So, again, until we can, like I said, be self-starters, you know, we just going to have to just figure it out. So, again, tonight, hopefully the kids get a lot of run. They got a lot of energy and, you know, we can put this game away early, you know.
Yeah. All right. Steph, what do you think? Taj Gibson, he was available last game. He didn't play because he didn't get any practices in. Do you think we see Taj Gibson tonight? I'm looking forward to Taj Gibson eventually taking Nerlens Noel, taking Nerlens minutes, man. Because, look, I feel crazy that I thought he was going to be the starter. I feel crazy that I thought he was going to be the starter. But I'm looking forward to Taj taking some of his minutes, or if not all of his minutes. Do you think we see Taj tonight?
I do think we see Taj, but before that, the reason why we thought Noel was going to start is because, remember, in the beginning of the preseason, Mitch was a mess.
Yeah, that's true.
He was a match. I mean, it's the fact that he's developed throughout the season that we can't really even picture Noel at this point. But I hope we do see Taj. I want to see what he has. I want to see what he can give us. And hopefully he can take that spot. What I do like about Taj is he's going to rebound for us. He's going to play good position defense, but he can shoot that short jump shot. And we need that. That's going to open up some space in the lane for us because they're going to have to respect him. Now, again, he's not going to get a lot of minutes, but if he could take Noel's minutes, I think that's going to help us. So I'm interested to see how he looks tonight. And I do think he's going to get a few minutes.
Yeah.
Did he practice yesterday? Do anyone know?
I would assume so.
I believe so.
Yeah, I believe he probably did. Yeah, Kev, go ahead, man. Talk to me about Taj first, and then I know you got it. You want to get a comment in. Get.
Oh no. Well, here's the thing. I don't know what his contract situation was, but he should never have been off the team to begin with. If he wasn't on the team, if he was on the team, I don't think Nerlens Noel would have been here. I really don't. And everything. If he gets in, you're going to see a difference with him playing than Noel, because Noel doesn't even look like he wants to score or anything at all. So at least Taj wants to be a threat out there. So I believe he will get meaningful minutes tonight, and in that second unit, and yes, that's what. And the one thing about with Obi, real quick, I just want to see him work around the basket instead of at the 3-point line. I want to see, because this was a guy. This guy was touted. He was touted as like being like the next Stoudemire. So Stoudemire always worked from the inside. So that's what I want to see in Obi, just to work from the inside, work inside out. Work inside and not outside in. So that's it.
Stoudemire also had a point guard.
Yeah.
He also had Steve Nash,
Yeah, he had Steve Nash and Marbury and all them. Yes. Yeah, go ahead.
He even had Chauncey Billups.
Yes,
right.
Sir.
You know what I mean?
Sir. Absolutely. What were you going to say,
Yeah,
Josh?
real quick. Well, real quick, the reason you understand the reason why Taj Gibson was let go.
No, that's what I'm saying.
The whole purpose why Taj Gibson was let go was because the Knicks wanted to maximize their cap space. They want to maximize the cap space. That's the reason why Taj Gibson was let go. And then the Knicks crapped out in free agency, and now they have all this money to spend. That's the reason why.
Did they cap out, or did they just not choose to go in certain directions?
I would go so far.
They didn't want to give up a lot.
They capped out. I wouldn't even say that they capped out. I would go so far as to say all of the other players that they were potentially looking at decided to go other places before they even get an opportunity to offer or make better offers. Like, I think players, this is something that Josh has been preaching for a while. Like, players don't want to come here yet. So, was it possible for this to get?
Oh, that's what crap out. That's what crap out means. That's what crap out means. Nobody wants to come here. You say $70 million in cap space, and nobody wants to come here.
But
they would have had we overpaid. We just weren't.
Exactly. I think they would have.
Everybody overpaid, bro. Everybody overpaid for a free agent this year.
They did, but we weren't.
But we always overpay, and we get nothing in return.
Right.
So
we don't get return.
But look at our roster now. Our roster.
We were gonna lose.
Terrible right now. We need somebody.
Josh, we were gonna lose with Christian Woods anyway. We just were gonna lose by 5 more games.
I don't know.
I think so.
We were losing with Kev. We were losing with that guy anyway. We just would have lost a little better. We would have won by. We'd have lost by 5. Lost by 5 over losing by 15.
Yeah, but Christian Wood
Houston's not really. What's Houston's record right now?
I know.
Worse than ours.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying?
But here's the thing, Julio. He looks better than Nerlens Noel, man.
That's
he looks better than him.
Well,
Looks
I
way
mean,
better.
you know,
We played Noel $5 million. You think we would have got him for $5 million?
right.
I don't know if y'all
It'd
saw
have
that
been
clip.
nice, Steph. It'd have been nice.
It would have.
Listen, I love that we got
LeBron.
Noel because on 2K, Noel puts numbers up. All right? My 2K is lit. Noel, bitch, I'm getting 4 blocks a game.
And regarding Christian Wood, I don't know if y'all saw that clip of LeBron shooting the foul shot. He's shooting that foul shot, and he's telling, I can't remember who he was telling, but he was like, "Yo, box that kid out. He's trouble." Those are LeBron.
Mark Gasol. He was talking about Mark Gasol.
Box that kid out. He's trouble. Not for nothing. I was on the gravy train saying, "Let's get Christian Wood in here."
I was,
and Mark was all like trying to jump down.
I think they would have let Randall go. You would have got him. That's the only reason we probably didn't go out because they kept Randall.
And they drafted Obi.
That dude 15
Listen, I
mil.
just think we weren't
He was
ready.
a free agent, though.
We weren't
He was a
ready.
free agent. We could have paid that dude 15 mil, and I would be happy with him on this team right now.
But look,
Coming
everybody,
off the bench for Randall.
I don't think we were ready to go for a person like a Christian Woods yet because Christian Woods would have got here.
Why not?
Because Christian Woods would have got here, and I don't know if the system was designed yet to have him shine like he wanted to. They knew Julius Randle was going to have a year where he was going to be on ball, and that would have taken away from Chris. Right now, Christian Woods is the go-to guy in Houston. John Wall is coming off of a life-changing injury. DeMarcus Cousins ain't DeMarcus Cousins no more. The ball is in Christian Woods' hand a lot, and he's able to shine. Randle... Right, they knew what they were getting with Randall, that he was going to come in. I'm sure Tibbs was on the phone with him over the summer like, hey, get in shape because we running you. We had a Mitchell Robinson. Christian Woods wouldn't have been able to shine. So I don't know if I think
he played center.
And he would have started, right? Real quick, he would have started, right? If he was with us, he would have started.
He would have had to.
Would have had to.
Over who though?
Let me just say.
Over who though?
Let me just say
Right.
one
That's
thing.
my question. Over Mitch or over Randall? Who's he
small
starting over on
forward?
his team?
He's a center. He plays center.
Power forward.
He's power forward.
4-5.
Where is he going? We need
Let me. Can I,
develop.
That's what
and
it
we
played.
drafted-
If he
and
would've
we drafted
played Randall,
Obi.
he would have played.
And we drafted Obi at the 4.
Go ahead, Josh.
let me
Go
just
ahead,
say one
Josh.
thing.
Yeah.
Let me just say one thing. I struggle with the notion that the Knicks weren't willing to sign anybody when you create $70 million in cap space.
Yeah.
They created all of that money. They wanted to go get somebody.
Yeah, but,
Okay,
but what
so
I'm
it's not
saying,
like- it's not like-
but the thing is this: yes, they wanted to get somebody, right? They wanted Fred VanVleet, but they didn't want to overpay for Gordon Hayward, right? So they're like, okay, but hold up, because if they just wanted to go get anybody, they could have done that.
They had
I'm
the
pretty
money to
sure
do
that
it.
they could have overpaid for Gordon Hayward and brought Gordon Hayward here, but they
Sim, we
decided not
have
to.
the money.
They
We
didn't have.
can't spend the money. We can't
But-
spend the money.
But
We
what
have
I'm
the money.
but Josh, you're not just spending for this year.
Right.
You're not just spending for
Right.
one season. Gordon Hayward got a 4-year contract.
Right. That
I wouldn't
4-year
have paid- I wouldn't
contract
have paid Gordon
obviously it
Hayward.
leaks into next year, and then
Gordon Hayward
when
is someone I would have never paid. I would have never
Right,
paid
right.
Gordon Hayward.
But I'm saying-
everybody else.
so you're looking at Gordon Hayward. Gordon Hayward was an option to pay, right? Obviously, you saw the money we got. We saw the money he got. We weren't willing to give him that. But if you sign a player like that for big money, that means the players that you already have ready for development, there's a huge possibility that you're not going to sign them in the future, right? You know, Julius Randle is right around the corner. He's got this year, and if he picks up that option, then he's a free agent in the 2020.
It's not up to him.
No, it's
all
a
of the
team
team,
option.
though.
It's a team
It's a
option.
team option.
No,
But-
I'm saying whatever. It's the team option, right? So even if it's a team option, we still have to end up paying him the following year if we want to keep him, and that means that all that money that we would have had that we could have potentially used, that's going to a player like Gordon Hayward-esque for the next 4 years. Right, so there's a reason why we didn't go out and fleece ourselves in the free agency, because we're thinking, hey, we have these young players that are between the ages of 22 and 27 years old that we can potentially build for the future with. And if we go ahead and jump in that free agency for a guy that's 28, but for guys that's in between the ages of 28 and 32, that's going to stunt our future just as much as it did with the Carmelo Anthony trades and getting fleeced that way.
28
but I
between 28 and
think-
32 is prime of career. That's the prime of someone's career. I'm not saying Gordon Hayward. I didn't like the Gordon Hayward thing, but everyone else that was out there.
So let me speak to that really quick.
Josh, a lot of them people.
Let me speak to that really quick, Josh. Okay, so you're saying we should have overpaid Christian Woods. Currently, the Houston Rockets is 4-6, and he has John Wall, DeMarcus Cousins, PJ Tucker, Eric Gordon on his team.
But John Wall only played a few games, though.
Yeah.
He's
I'm
hurt.
just saying who's on the team.
Oh,
4-6. We got a better record than them. You wanted what? David Bertans. They are 3-8. You wanted Russell Westbrook. They are 3-8.
So wait. No,
I got one more for you. The ex-defending champs, Toronto Raptors. You wanted to overpay Fred VanVleet. They have a worse record than the Knicks, and they got basically the same exact team. And they are.
Lito, I'm gonna tell you why that's. Hold on, I'm gonna tell you.
It doesn't mean it would have been the same with us, though.
Yeah, exactly.
What I'm speaking on is they are a better team than us with a worse record. They have. Look at the Toronto Raptors. They have Pascal Siakam, who is in the top, let's say.
He's not playing well, though.
No, hold on.
And in the playoffs, he didn't play well. I don't think he's being exposed. I don't think he's the number one guy.
Yeah, you're right. He stunk up the bubble.
I think he's being exposed.
But he's better than every single player on our team.
I don't think so.
No.
I don't think so.
He's better than Pascal Siakam on our team.
He played very well when he had those players around him, but now that he's the number one guy, he's being exposed.
Being a number one as a number one option, he's horrible.
Right.
He's still better than everybody on our team.
No, I disagree. I disagree. I don't think he's better than Randall.
I don't even think he was.
I'm not even talking about Randall. I don't honestly. I don't.
Randall was on the team.
I don't attach Randall to this team because I know he's going soon. He's out of my head.
Julito, I wouldn't even. I don't think he's better than RJ or Knox either. I wouldn't trade either one of them for Pascal Siakam.
I think he's better.
PSL Siakam got that contract because he's from Africa, and Rashad Majori from Africa. He's looking up.
Let's get back to tonight's game. Let's get back to tonight's game.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's get back to tonight's game because I did want to get something in here about Taj. Now we all the way in Africa. We went from Cleveland to Africa.
We need a Knicks Weekly, so.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we went from Cleveland to Africa. But I think I do want to see back to Taj Gibson. I do want to see Taj Gibson play because I think what he can bring is some of the things that Julius Randle brings, not as far as the scoring. He's not going to score the same way. But some of those, we were talking earlier about the Julius Randle to Reggie Bullock handoff, and Reggie Bullock can get in the lane. Hopefully soon is going to be Alec Burks. That's who I really want to be getting in the lane like that and getting that little shot. He can do that same thing. He can pass from the high post. These are some things that Noel and Mitch can't do, right? Teams are not going to back off of Taj Gibson when he gets the ball because they know that he'll shoot that mid-range shot. So I think, he's going to bring just an extra little dynamic to the bench that Noel doesn't bring and Obi doesn't bring as of yet. Not that he's going to play over Obi, but, he's a guy that can spell Julius sometimes too and bring some of those same things. So I think and he already knows what Tom Thibodeau likes to do. He already knows. Josh, I want to come to you and I'm going to come to Evergreen and whoever else. I don't know. But we should get a chance, hopefully tonight, we might get a chance to see the Quickly and Knox and Obi. If Reggie Bullock does start, Austin Rivers will be back in that lineup. They'll be missing Austin Rivers. I mean, they'll be missing Alec Burks because he's still out. But you'll get to see that group, right? We're starting to get a little bit more healthy now. Do you think what are you looking to see? Can that group push the ball up the floor? I worry about them defensively, that group, because I haven't seen a lot of good defense from them. But can they at least start to get us moving up the floor a little bit better with that young group? Right? It's Knox, Obi, and maybe you can have Mitch out there with them as well. Just leave Noel on the bench. You know what I'm saying? You can have Knox and Obi and Quickly, Rivers, and Mitch out there on the floor. And then maybe sometimes you throw RJ out there instead of Rivers, and really get a young young group out there playing. That's what I would like to see. Go ahead, Josh. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, I'm sorry. I mean, you would hope so. That's what we want to see from the young guys, to be able to push it up the floor, because the Knicks need to run. They need to get some fast break points, because we're last in the NBA in that, and we score the least amount of points in the NBA, or at least at the bottom of the league. So you want to see them push it up the floor. I don't think any of those guys, probably Rivers is probably the best half court player in that five guys, but they're not really that good in the half court. Like, who's going to get the ball when the game is slowed down? Right. In the half court? Austin Rivers, maybe. You know what I'm saying? So they need to push the ball off the court to try to get it a little bit more change of pace. And if you throw RJ with that mix, that'll get his game going too. But I'm not going to go there. Yeah. But I definitely hope that they do push the ball.
Yeah, the only thing with that group, in order to push the ball, you got to be able to create steals, create turnovers, and get steals.
Yeah.
Not just make a guy travel, but get steals and rebound. Right. And if you got Noel out there with that group and Obi, they're probably not rebounding well. If you get Mitch out there with that group, they can rebound better. You know what I'm saying? I don't really want to see Taj with that group because, he's old. He's not running up and down the floor like that. Maybe for a few games because he hasn't played in a while, he might have some fresh, spring legs. But after, 3 or 4 games, he's not getting up and down the floor. So you want to see Mitch out there with those guys so he can at least grab some rebounds and then they can get out and go. Because if you don't have anybody that can rebound, you're not getting out and going anywhere. You know what I mean? So I think, you want to have Mitch with those guys too. Evergreen, what do you think? Those young guys.
All right. So I just want to say, so I have on back order the all-white Obi Toppin jersey on back order. Right. But I refuse to buy it for $139, the official tissue one. I refuse to buy it until I see Obi Toppin catch a lob, dunk on somebody, give me a back to the basket, post move, something. I got the all white hat to go with it too, and I'm not going to buy it until then. All right. I don't, just because of the defensive alone, which I think the defense with even those 5 on the court is going to be putrid. I don't see them buying. I don't see them getting a lot of fast break points if that's the 5. I don't want Taj Gibson in with that group because I don't know if you remember Mitchell Robinson saying he's old last season. He's old, right? So he's not ready. He's not that guy to be running up and down the court, right? But this is the perfect opportunity for this team, because of the team we're playing, to be able to potentially show a little bit of defensive continuity and a little bit of, fast break potential if they're running with that 5. Okay. So.
Yeah. Yeah. And, having that 5 come in, it'd be a good change of pace because, over the past few games, and you only going 8 deep, you were basically, sticking with the same lineups. You couldn't put a whole fresh 5 in. Either RJ or Randall was in the game. You know what I mean? And normally when early in the season, even in preseason, it was like, Randall would go out with 5 minutes left in the first quarter, RJ about the same time, and they don't come back in until 6 minutes left in the second quarter. Lately, they've been coming back in with 10 minutes left in the second quarter, 9 minutes left in the second quarter, after they just went out with 1 minute left in the first quarter. You know what I mean? So, with some guys back, hopefully it allows them to be able to sit a little bit more. And you get that change of pace. We haven't been able to see a change of pace at all. And so now it makes it like the entire game is just plotting the ball up the floor, get the ball to Julius Randle, see if he can create something. Hand the ball off a couple of times. If that doesn't work, get it to Randall in the post. I mean, Randall, I think they've tried to change it up a little bit. But for the most part, Randall is part of 90% of our plays. If he's not shooting the ball, he's getting an assist. If he's not getting an assist, he passes it out and then goes and sets the screen, and then they do something off of the screen. And they got to find a way to do something else. But having more of these young guys in there that gives us a change of pace, they can change the style of play a little bit. We can see something different, and the team can see something different too. So hopefully, it's not all going to come together in one game, but, we're starting to get it there. We only got 3 guys out now, instead of 8.
Well, Mark warned us. We all are well aware of Tom Thibodeau's, short roster and guys that he plays.
Rotation.
Short rotation, excuse me. So it's a possibility we won't see that, period. Maybe throughout the entire season. You know what I mean? I'm no basketball coach, but I'm looking at 10 deep is how I would run it. But you're running 8 deep. Are we going to see the option for those 5 guys to be on the court at the same time? That is, quickly Rivers, Knox, Toppin, and Mitch, or Knox, Toppin, and Nerlin Gibson, whoever, whoever you want. Are we going to see an option for that to happen? And I don't see that happening at all. It's hopeful, but it's very doubtful as well.
Okay. Taking a look at the lineups for tonight's game, the starting lineups, that is. The Cleveland Cavaliers are going to try out Damian Dotson at point guard. Okay. Isaac Okoro at shooting guard. Cedi Osman at 3. Larry Nance Jr. at the 4. And Andre Drummond at the 5. The Knicks will be matched up with Elfrid Payton at the 1. R.J. Barrett at the 2. Reggie Bullock at the 3, assuming that he's going to start tonight. Julius Randle at the 4. And Mitchell Robinson at the 5.
Look, we sleeping on Dot at point, but last night he started at point. He had 14, 6, and 3. That's better than most of our point guards right now. So I don't know, man.
He had 14, 6, and 3. Damian Dotson?
Ooh.
Okay. All right.
43% from the field. 43 from the field, man.
I'm telling you guys, he's going to pull up 10 times from deep. At least. At least.
Andy crazy, man.
Looking at the matchups. I mean, not the matchups. Well, kind of the matchups, the numbers, the stats behind the game. The Cleveland Cavaliers average. Let me get my charts back up on my screen so I can see it. I think I pulled up something else up over here. Cavaliers average 98.9 points. There's actually a team that's averaging less points than us, man. They average 98.9 points per game. The Knicks average 100.8. We should be able to out-rebound them as long as we don't let Andre Drummond go crazy on the boards and we don't have anybody to combat that. They average 43 rebounds a game. We average 46. We're about the same in assists. They're about 23.7. We're at 22.2. But see, they get steals, 10 steals a game. They get out on, helps them to be able to get fast breaks. But now there's no Darius Garland. There's no Colin Sexton. So, we don't have that same guard attack. And they're not going to play the passing lanes the same. At least you think they shouldn't. The Knicks average 6.6 steals per game. Both teams are about 4.7, 4.8 blocks per game. They're around the same in turnovers, 15 per game. They both shoot about 44% from the field, about 34 and 35% from 3. The Cleveland Cavaliers are not good from the line. They shoot 65.2% from the line. The Knicks shoot 74% from the line. Points in the paint. Here's where I think we've got to guard against. We can't let Andre Drummond kill us in the paint. He can be a beast down low. The Cleveland Cavaliers average 51 points in the paint. The Knicks 46.7, but I think the Knicks, give up a good amount of points in the paint. I haven't looked at it lately, but, it was somewhere around 50 points in the paint that the Knicks give up. The Knicks, they average 12.6 second chance points. Not Andre Drummond, but the Cavs average 10.5 second chance points. We've got to keep them guys off the boards. Don't let them get... We talked about it before the Brooklyn game, and then the Brooklyn game came out, and I see 3, 4, 5 offensive rebounds by the Brooklyn Nets. That demoralizes your defense when you play good defense, and then you allow these guys to get offensive rebounds to score. You really got to hit these defensive boards and try to get the ball out, because we only average 6.3 fast break points per game. Cleveland Cavaliers average 12.1. A lot of that relates to the steals that we get. We only get 6 steals a game. They get 10 steals a game. I mean, that basically balances it out right there. Those steals, for whatever reason, when we force teams to turn over the basketball, it's usually a travel or some they throw the ball out of bounds or whatever, and we're taking the ball out on the sideline. Mm-hmm. We got to find some ways to get some steals so we can get out, create some easy offense, get some easy buckets. My keys to the game tonight, I think we got to take advantage of a thin lineup. Our lineup isn't as thin as theirs right now, so we really need to take advantage of a thin lineup, bring it to them. Don't sleep on them, because I think when we played them in preseason and they had a thin lineup, they beat us. Oh, or did we come back and win? I don't remember, but they were beating us.
We beat them both games.
Okay, we beat them both games. So they were beating us. Then we came back in the second half. That's right. We got to create
that third game. Yeah.
Create turnovers. I just said it. Create turnovers so we can get out in transition and get some easier baskets. Right? Then we got to get back to playing defense. Our defense has been terrible the last few games, the last four games or so. Guys going back door, guys getting easy buckets at the rim. The defense has been horrible, in my opinion. We got to get back to playing defense, and hopefully RJ can take what he did the previous game against the Nets in the second half, particularly in the third quarter, and bring it on over to this game. I feel like what RJ did is I feel like he went to certain spots on the floor and he found his spots and he shot from those areas, right? He didn't press as much in the second half. He went to his spots, nice open areas from the elbow, the short corner, and that's where he was pulling up from. And I think that's what, helped him to be successful in the second half. The team was also looking for him, though. Right? The team was looking for RJ, trying to, get him going, get him buckets. They were consciously looking for him. Hopefully he will bring the same thing tonight, because we need it. We need it. Too many times, Julius Randle is scoring and RJ is off, so far this season. Hopefully he's back and he's ready. Andy, what are your keys to the game tonight? Just give me 3 quick ones. And I'm going to come around. I'm going to come to Julito and Devon next.
Yeah, my keys to the game, control the paint, which means rebounding, stopping them from getting offensive rebounds. As long as we're going to put them, to one shot on the offense, I think we can pull a win. And I'm really thinking that Dotson's going to have a great game.
Yes.
So stopping Drummond, that's the first thing, and the second thing I think is going to be a little bit minor, but to take care of Dotson. So that's going to be. But basically control the paint. No matter if it's Drummond, if not Drummond, just control the paint.
Okay, Julito.
Yeah, quick and easy. I think RJ needs to start off strong. He's been starting games 0-5. He started 0-5 in, I believe, the last 3 games. That's unacceptable. Because by the time he heats up, we're down 20. So we need RJ to have a hot start. We need Kevin Knox to continue his play. We also need to have more than one fast break point a game. There's been too many games in this losing streak. We've also had, I believe the last 2, we had 0 fast break points. You're not winning an NBA game with 0 fast break points. So I think we need to speed up the tempo. And I just think I'm happy we got Obi back, because Julius has been looking extremely exhausted out there. He's been doing everything for us, and he's been looking winded by the time third quarter hit. So once we got now a more solid rotation, we're able to go a little deeper in the bench with the Tajas and the Obis. Hopefully, I'm looking for RJ to get some breathing room so that he can continue to look amazing for us. Simple and plain.
Yeah. Devon?
For me, Sim, the key to the game is always, hopefully our backcourt play better. Hopefully, quickly continue what he did, and the RJ thing. But we also got to make sure when you relieve Mitch, whether it's Todd and Noel, because now they got Jared Allen on the backup down there now. You know what I mean? Jared Allen was having a good season this year for the Nets. You know what I mean? So that after you relieve Drummond, whether it's Todd or Noel, Jared Allen can be a problem down there in the low post. If you're not watching him, because he's a good defensive ball player. So. And hopefully Obi get his feet wet tonight, like I said earlier, and get a little rhythm going to itself and, get back, to playing some ball. But I think we should win this one. I don't think we shouldn't lose. I think we should really go do it. But I think we just got to, go play hard, man, like we've been doing. Get this 4-game skid off of us and get back to some winning basketball and hopefully quickly continue what he did. RJ continue what he did, and I think we'd be all right.
All right. Josh?
Key to the game is going to be guard play. They lost their best 2 guards, and probably one of the best young backcourts in the NBA they don't have tonight. So I do expect the Knicks guards to play better. I'm expecting RJ Barrett to continue on the second half that he had last game, get to his spots, and be able to knock down the mid range. And I'm expecting Julius Randle to do his thing. So offensively, I don't think we'll have a problem tonight because of the lack of guard play on their end. But defensively, can we get back to playing our style of basketball? Like you said, Sim, we got to get back to playing intensity, playing intense, and just causing some havoc on the defensive end. Getting these guys to take bad shots and winning the game, winning the game like that. I expect the Knicks to win tonight, to rebound, from this 4-game losing streak, and get back on the right track.
Yeah. Hey, Josh, let me ask you a question. Did you get dental work done or something? The other day,
that boy teeth clean.
Cause when you was on talking the other night, or maybe you was just drunk then. Maybe you were drunk when you came on, because you were like slurring. Man, I was like, yo, why does Josh have such a lisp right now? Oh my God. Like you had a serious lisp the other night, and I was like, what the heck? So
Josh was so confused.
Huh?
Josh was so confused just now. Like, what?
No, I've always had a list, but how did the list come out of nowhere? So I don't understand the correlation.
No. What I'm saying, well, sometimes when if you get dental work done or something like that, like you're still swollen or something, and so you talk with a lisp, or your tooth is hurting, or like you had a serious lisp, and I was like, wow, like I think Josh must have went to the dentist tonight or something like that. I don't know. I just wanted to know. I was just wondering.
Let me tell you what Josh
you know what I'm saying?
Josh was like, okay, so Simmons covered me on my teeth, right? Okay, my teeth is straight. And then he talking about he had lips. He was looking at it like, God damn, bro.
I thought he was talking about how nice his teeth look. I was like,
Nah, you do got good teeth.
I mean, thank you.
Tim, you rolling, man. You rolling.
Yo, Tim, take it. Give it to
you, Sam.
When I talk fast, the list tends to come out. I've always had that since I was a shorty. You know what I'm saying? So, but thank you. I guess.
I was just.
Black people real good for giving you a backhanded compliment, ain't it?
Hit the thumbs up for Josh.
That's right. Run it up.
Oh my God, man.
So, Steph, what are your keys to the game tonight?
I think the keys to the game is controlling the boards. If we don't out-rebound them, we have to keep Drummond off the board from getting second and third shots. 2, we have to hit our shots. I agree with Devon. The issue has been we're getting the shots we want to get. We have not been hitting them. We need to hit the shots, and we need to play good defense. Now, I don't know if because the rotation is short, but the past few games, our defense has been terrible compared to the first 5 games. The intensity is not there. The execution is not there. I don't know if guys are tired. I'm not sure what it is. We're going to get some people back today. Maybe that'll help, and we can get back. So we got to play defense, contest shots, keep them from getting second and third shots, and we have to hit our shots. They're going to play zone at some point. We have to hit our shots.
Yeah, they probably are going to play zone, especially with having that depleted roster. They'll probably play zone sometime tonight. Kev.
I'm really looking forward to the matchup with Mitch and Andre Drummond. Drummond had his way a little bit with him in the preseason, and he didn't get a chance to play the first game against Cleveland. So I'm really looking to see Mitch really improve on win that matchup, at least try to win that matchup. When they throw the zone at us, I want us to attack that zone with more movement and more ball movement and more player movement. That's the only way you're gonna really beat the zone. And yeah, man, I just want us to break this losing streak. It's a 4-game losing streak, and when you see on your roster that you don't have two of the premier guards and Sexton and I keep forgetting his name. Who's the other?
Garland.
Yeah, Garland. You have to attack that. You have to win that matchup. I'm sorry, I don't care who's playing. When they're not playing, you have to win that matchup. So that's what I'm looking forward to. And I also want to see my man quickly do his thing. So that's it.
All right. Evergreen. Couple of keys.
So two things. I agree with Steph. We gotta win that defensive, the rebounding aspect, defensive rebounding. And secondly, I think. All right. So on average, if correct me if I'm wrong, if somebody got stats in front of them, they do have to do math quick. We've been losing on average in the last 4 games by like 15 points, right? I am not a fan of the amount of 3-point shots that we've been taking, right? So if we would take half of the 3-point attempts that we had that were missed, and we was to cut those in half and give those to mid-range jump shots, and we make half of those, we are in all of those 4 games that we lost. Is there anybody in disagreement with that? Right?
Yeah.
It's just that because of the zone, we can't get those shots. So.
Here we go, Andy. Here we go. He's doing it again.
I understand the zone. I got it. Right? But screen and roll into the top of the paint, like by the foul line area and elbow, Julius Randle gets the ball there all the time. There's no reason that other players like RJ Barrett and maybe even a Kevin Knox can't get to those elbow areas as well. So all I'm saying is if we cut down on the crazy 3-point shots, not crazy because most of them are wide open, but if we just give these guys a little bit more confidence by pushing them into to the mid-range and allowing them to shoot jumpers there, and we start getting those buckets in the mid-range falling, we have a better chance at winning the majority of the games that we're playing as opposed to us jacking up threes from Elfrid Payton. So all I'm saying is if they're wide open, take them. I got it. I really don't want to see Elfrid shooting threes, but if they're wide open, take them. But I think the focus of where we're at as far as offensively and getting buckets needs to happen in the mid-range. We make those mid-range buckets, and we're in these games, period. We're not getting blown out by 20.
Knicks are last. Knicks are like bottom of the league in 3-point attempts attempted. By the way, just saying.
That's fine. I'm cool with keeping them there too because we can't shoot. I'm cool with keeping them there.
But Evergreen, real quick.
I didn't know that. Wow.
But Evergreen, real quick. If the shot presents itself, you have to take it, right or wrong. If the shot is there.
Again, I'm not saying if the shot's there, don't take it. I'm saying we have this really bad slow offense where we're damn near using up 22 seconds on the clock before a shot gets off. Right? We're doing a lot of slow ball movement, isolation plays, move out of the way. If we're getting more balls moving around, the ball moving around, and we can slowly push into that mid-range, I'd settle for mid-range jumpers before I settle for a 22-second 3-pointer in a corner because we wasted opportunity of guys being aggressive and shooting in the mid-range.
Right.
So all I'm saying is I got it. if the three ball is there, and when I say there, I mean you're open for it. You get the pass because the defensive player leaped on the wing. Got it. Take the shot, right? I mean, I'm still on the fence whether Elford's taking that shot, but I got it. I get it. Take the shot. But if we're having trouble, we need to be bruising that mid-range jumper. Making isolation plays just for Randall is not going to cut it because it haven't worked for the last 4 games. And we know RJ has the ability to be a playmaker. Let's work other players on that elbow and that mid-range jumpers and allow them to start taking them too. And once these guys start seeing the ball go in a little bit from the mid-range, then maybe we can start saying, hey, let's start to spread out a little bit. I get it. We're at the bottom of the league in 3-point attempts a game. I got it. And I'm cool with staying there because I think analytics are bullcrap, right? But let's start shooting. Let's start shooting some mid-range jumpers and allowing these young guys to get a little bit of confidence under their belt. That's all I'm saying. Give them from the mid-range. When you first started playing basketball, your father or your uncle or your cousin didn't pass you the ball from the 3-point line and say shoot. You couldn't shoot then, and if you keep missing it,
I don't know about today.
Later on.
I don't know about today. Because, I go to the gym and I see it happening all the time. Kids, fathers trying to force their little 5-year-olds to shoot the ball from the 3-point line and talk about, hey, if you can make this, you could be Steph Curry. I'm telling you, I've seen it. I've seen it.
This is not analytics argument. That's causing for bad basketball.
Yeah, okay? I agree. Okay.
You have your top 15 guys in the league that can shoot well, and everybody else can't, but yet the entire league is shooting threes. I don't agree with it. That's for another show, and we'll get into.
It's not right shooting. It's how you shoot them. If you get it, you throw the ball on the inside, they kick it back out. It's fine, but you can't come down court and just pull up. If you throw it into Julius Randle, he ain't got to kick it back out. That's we 3-point. I'm cool with that. Long as you go into the paint first, then throw that ball back out there. You can't come around there just jacking up stuff.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
Prince.
That's all I'm saying.
Takes of the night. With them not having no guards, we definitely shouldn't get outplayed at the guard position. Now that I'm kind of scared, if your boy Isaac Okoro go out there and outplay RJ. Oh, I'm sorry. Can you delete that, Sim? Cause I want to start no trouble. Can you delete that? But all seriousness, man. We got to get back to our old brand of basketball, where we started the year with intensity, aggression, just playing like our hair was on fire. We lost that, and I don't know if we started smelling ourselves because again we went on those couple. We won a couple games, but again, if that's the case, hey dog, y'all need to let that go. Just now we 0-0, whatever you got to do, whatever you got to call it. And just keep picking up, you know what I'm saying, and where we left off with the good basketball. Share the ball, make freaking shots, play for each other. Those are the things. And it doesn't seem like we're doing that. So much like Julito said, I don't know if you heard me say that I've been speaking to that same point, Julito, that I believe Austin Rivers may have thrown off the chemistry a little bit. And again, that's not no hate against him, but it just seems like for some reason we're not a cohesive unit like we once was. Tonight,
I don't even know if I said that because I don't necessarily. I don't think that's me.
Hey, the Prince, you mean when he starts? Is that what you're saying? Or
no, I'm saying period. I'm saying
okay.
And I'm gonna say it on the chat. Since he came back and he gave us that Steph Curry game, if we think about it, every game that Austin Rivers has played in, he has not been on the same page as everybody else, and it's making us look bad. If you truly see a lot of times that he's getting beat, that's causing other people to shift and rotate and help out his man. And then that's where, like Sim was talking about, he get to doing this, oh, my bad, and, all of that. No, bro, it's your bad to know the play. So hopefully these 3 games, these couple days off, gave him some time to learn the plays, understand where he's supposed to be, understand how he's supposed to be. He had no time on Prince. We just played a game.
Yeah, I mean, he helped us in Atlanta, and he helped us in Utah. Now, the last 4, you can make an argument for, especially the last 2. He should have been starting. Kevin Knox should have been, been starting.
We're not even just talking about starting, bro. We're just talking about Like I bet, like what's his PER? I'm pretty sure if Josh or Sim can pull it up. Like, what is his PER on the court over the last 5 games? Right, I'm pretty sure it's horrible because again, like I said,
sticking it up the last couple of games.
Yeah, he's not on the same.
But it's him though.
Right,
and I'm not just blaming it on him because we obviously know RJ ain't making shots. You know, other people ain't making shots too. But I just feel like the first 2-3 games that we seen, 4 games that we seen with those guys, where Austin Rivers did not play. We wasn't waiting on no savior, and we was out there just balling. Okay, yeah, we had Alex Burke at the time, and a couple other guys was healthy. But I believe them throwing Austin Rivers, there's something, and I'm pretty sure nobody's going to say nothing about it, but there's some conflict with Austin Rivers being thrown into the mix with everybody. Because, again, I don't believe he's on the same page as everybody.
I think right now with Austin Rivers, one of the issues with him being in that starting lineup is, you know, you got 2 guys in him and Elfrid Payton, you know, are heavy on the dribble. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
exactly. And it doesn't work. Now, before we get to anything else, I did want to give Julito, I wanted to give you a chance to talk to us about some of the things that you got going on. I know you've been busy lately. You know what I mean? That's why he hasn't, you know, been able to be in the chat because he's been pretty busy. So if you want to just, you know, give us a little bit of a rundown of some of the things you've been doing, man, we'd appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Oh, listen, always a pleasure. I wish I could have been with you. I'll be having to go to sleep after them games. I don't know how Andy do it. I be having to get up like 7 in the morning. Andy is a trooper. I wish I had your energy, brother. But thank you, Sam, man. Welcome back, MBK. Always good to talk and argue Knicks takes with y'all. But I'm working on a lot, man. You know, my acting has been going amazing. You know, 2020 was a tough year for all of us, but 2021 has been shaping up to be something special thus far. I started doing this production in that Clubhouse app. I don't know if y'all know Clubhouse, but it's probably one of the biggest apps out right now. And I'm bringing one of the scripts that I wrote, the TV series I wrote that we're about to go into production at the end of the year. I'm bringing it to Clubhouse. So Clubhouse is fire because it's an audio-only app. So in that app, there's been a lot of productions. They've done Lion King, audio only. They've done Dream Girls, and those have all been musicals. So I'm bringing straight acting to Clubhouse app. So that's been going amazing. We did auditions where we had 500 people plus in the room the entire 4 hours of the auditions. And I casted people straight off the app. It's a real innovative kind of new thing that's happening over there on the Clubhouse app. So we're doing that production at the first week of February. So look out for that. You know, I've been working on this new TV show, man. It's a part of a bigger show that they're now spinning off. I can't talk about what it is exactly yet, but when we get a release date, MBK fam is going to be the first to know. I'm going to make sure I come on here and talk about it. But I'm just saying it's good, man, and it's a real special one. So I've been shooting that every day, and that has been going amazing. And follow me, stay up to date with all I got going on. It's I am Julito, JULITO on all social platforms. And listen to my podcast, man. We took a few weeks off, but we coming back ASAP with my podcast, Random Thoughts with Julito. That's on all wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts.
Okay, Julito.
Yo.
Now I'm a huge fan of Law and Order SVU.
Yeah.
Tell me what that was like working on that set.
Oh man, Law and Order was dope. I was actually on Law and Order like 4 times.
Yeah, well, the SVU one, I'm
the SVU. Yeah, it was cool. It was cool, and it was the weird part about it was so when I did that, I didn't know that Stabler was the same guy from Oz. And a week after I did the SVU, I watched Oz, and I was just like, "Thank God I did not see Oz before I watched." I don't know if y'all remember Stabler. Stabler was weird. Yo, Stabler was wilding on Oz, but SVU was special, man. Shout out to Mariska.
I can't pronounce her name either.
Hardigay.
Yeah, she's my favorite. She's
shout out to Mariska.
She's doing her thing. Yeah, okay, that's cool.
They're bringing Stabler back for us.
Yeah, they're bringing him back and everything. I wish they should bring you back, man. You do another good.
Look, man, you know with the Law and Order, man, if you worked on one Law and Order, you come back for As long I believe that the clause is as long as it's 3 seasons that have gone by, you could come back.
Okay.
So, God willing, man. But look out for all I got going on.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for the platform.
Yeah, no doubt, man. We appreciate it, man. And like you said, make sure you look out for everything that's going on. We're gonna get back to everybody that's here with us. Now, what I did, the last thing I wanted to bring up before we got out of here is Jared Allen and Torien Prince. There could be some surprises for us tonight.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a little bit nervous about that, right? Because they may play tonight. I think they might be available to play tonight. There could be some surprises for us. That make you nervous a little bit? Anybody can jump in there.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Before tonight's game, I think Cleveland's ranked in the top whatever in defense. Cleveland's a really good defensive team. They got Okoro. I think bringing Jared Allen definitely improves their defense, gives them depth in the front court. So they're going to be really tough to score on, and the Knicks already have problems scoring as it is. But I think guards is going to be the main focal point of tonight's game, the guard play. So I still think that we're going to win tonight's game.
All right.
Yeah.
And is Torien and Jared playing yet? I know they got to go through physicals and all that before they get on the floor.
Yeah, I think they're playing now because it's already been about maybe 2 days now.
Because Harden and those boys ain't playing yet. So
right.
Yeah, but Harden passed his physical. But Harden already passed his physical. So
yeah. But he got to wait for the other 3. Yeah, he has to wait for all of the guys to pass, though, in order to play.
Right. You got to wait for everybody to go through. For the trade to go. I mean, the trade went through. I guess you got to wait for everybody to pass. So I guess we'll see. Wow, I'm surprised. They didn't say, yo, you got to drop 30 pounds before you pass the physical. Surprised they didn't tell Harden that, But I guess with Kyrie missing, they like, yo, just get him out here. Just get him out here.
He said he's in great shape. That's what Harden said. They asked what kind of shape he in. He says great.
Yeah, we'll see.
He's at around
I heard what he was doing was padding his clothes so that he could appear to look bigger so that the Houston didn't want him. That's what I heard.
Oh, really?
Yo, he might have been. He might have been doing that, bro.
That's what they were saying, that he was padding his clothes to appear bigger so they didn't want him.
Yo, that's wild.
Crazy.
That's wild. That's some wild stuff, man.
It is, man.
Maybe Omari Spellman was doing the same thing.
Yeah.
You never know. Never know. I won't put it past it.
Oh, man. All right,
hilarious.
Quick predictions, and then I'm going to get up out of here. Julito?
Come on, Knicks by 15. I think RJ gonna have a 30-point game. Quickly gonna give us 20 and 10. Because I'm the overreactor. I'm jumping out the window. Obi gonna give us 20 in his first real playing time. Let's go, man. Let's get this W.
Let's get it.
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly.
Andy, you got a prediction?
Yeah, I think it's going to be, they're going to win, but it's going to be under 10. I would say it's going to be under 6. I don't know why I think it's going to be 5. It's going to be a closer game than many of us think, though.
All right. Divine?
I think we're going to win past 10. I'm going Knox 20 and 7 tonight.
Ooh. Oh, okay. Okay. That'd be lovely.
Someone's going to take that.
That'd be nice.
Yeah, I need Knox to do that.
Will that be a career high for him?
Nah,
he's had 30 something before.
30? Yeah.
He had 30?
Yeah, he scored 30 before.
I didn't notice. Yeah. I never noticed. Okay, all right.
Yeah. On the ball, after Cleveland him in the Garden in his rookie year, he was killing dudes that day.
Hey, Cornerstone, it's okay. You a casual. It's okay.
That's not fair. No, that's not fair.
Nah, I think Kevin's a little more than a casual.
That is not fair.
Kevin's a little more than a casual.
Thank you, Julio. That is not. I'm gonna deal with you. I'm gonna deal with you, bro. It's a shame that we have a celebrity that's looking out for me, and then my own brother, man.
Oh man. Hey, Steph, prediction for the night.
I think the Knicks going to win. I'm looking forward to us getting our mojo back defensively and offensively, moving the ball, being efficient, and hitting some shots.
All right. Kev?
10+, and I'll say Mr. Knox will get, I think, 15+.
All right, Prince.
And I also think quickly will put his mark on this game too.
I think Quick shows out. I'm gonna go with Cornerstone because I said Quick would show out last game. He did, even though we lost, but he did bounce back. I like the fact that he's not giving up on his craft. He's a shooter, so he's gonna keep shooting. But again, I'm gonna go out on a limb. I think we definitely get a win tonight. Hopefully like I said, we bring the intensity. If we bring the intensity, it shouldn't be a game. But again, if it's a close one, even better. Look forward to Knox doing good. Julius probably end up with another triple-double and quickly show up tonight. That's my take.
All right. And Josh?
I'm going to smile first.
That was a good one.
I'm going to say New York Knicks 100, Cleveland Cavaliers 95. I think it's close, just like Andy said, low scoring. Both these teams are, defense is their bread and butter. But I think the Knicks break out of some tonight and they score 100 points, but that's not a lot. 100-95, New York.
Yeah, I got the Knicks winning tonight too, but a close game. I think it's going to be closer than we think. Even though they're trotting out a bunch of whoever players, I think it's going to be closer than we think. But I think the Knicks are going to win. I think RJ is going to continue to play well tonight. He's going to have. I think the Knicks might even try to start off the game looking for him. Just to get them in the flow and get them started. I hope that they do. Yeah. So but then the Knicks get off the snide tonight, and then they play who? Boston on Sunday. So we need to get this win. We need to get. Listen. If we don't win this, you talk about 5 in a row, and then probably 6 in a row.
6. Yes, sir.
When you play Boston, so we definitely need this one tonight. If not, like Julito was saying before we even started the stream, this is one of those games. If you lose it, it can just basically turn the whole season to like really, really bad.
Yeah.
It's a locker room herder. If we lose a game like this, it's a locker room cancer. It can mess a lot up moving forward for the next 10 games at least, for sure.
And we've seen that in past
Julius Randle, I forgot. Julius Randle triple-double tonight, fellas.
Okay. And to your point, Julito, we've seen this with the Fizdale teams and the even the Hornets.
Don't say that name on here, Kev. Don't say that name.
Don't worry, my wife didn't like him either, so there you go.
And Evergreen, you got a prediction for the night?
Yeah, I'm with Andy. I'm giving us +5. It's so funny how y'all just said Torien Prince and Jared Allen is playing or possibly playing, and y'all are trying to give us this high scoring game. I just don't see it. So I'm giving us a win by 5. It depending on how Cleveland plays their defense, I can see Julius Randle going off, but that's all going to be all mid-range jumpers because he's not getting none of that stuff in on he's not getting too much of that going off of on Andre Drummond. I would like to see, I think that this is an opportunity for Kevin Knox to go off. And maybe quickly to go off with guard play, but more than likely, Elfrid Payton's going to be getting crazy minutes today. So let's just be realistic about the coach that we got going on right now. Let's not jump out the window, everybody. Elfrid Payton's getting a lot of minutes. Quickly can be a nice little spark. I give us a win by 4, maybe 5 at the most.
Yeah,
I'm happy either way though. I'm happy either way.
Yeah,
if we win by 10. I'm happy, but.
I think we about to get back to our winning way because I think people starting to get healthy. If the Knicks win tonight, I ain't gonna sit out that Boston game now. I'm telling you, they ain't got nobody for Julius Randle down there. Tristan Thompson maybe, but they ain't got nobody for Mitchell Robinson in Boston. I'm telling you now, nobody. He was destroyed in front line.
Yeah, but still,
Mitchell Robinson was destroyed in front line.
But see, Devon, here's the thing: who do we have for Tatum and Brown?
Tatum might be out. I think Tatum is out.
Yes.
Tatum is out. Yeah.
You know what? Like the other game against the Nets, my man Durant put up his 26. He got neutralized by Mitchell Robinson. I mean, not Mitchell Robinson. Julius Randle 30, but the mother cats beat us. So I mean,
exactly.
I think we got a player who can go up against any superstar in the league and give them the same numbers as Julius Randle. We need them other cats to step their game up.
Yeah, everybody got to come.
Go ahead, Andy.
Yeah, just to add on the losing thing, if we lose, that it's going to be a longer losing streak. Well, the best teams in the NBA they're really, accounting not to go on those losing streaks, right? And I really think that this current Knicks squad is really resilient. They come back from 16, 18 points and make it a game. And it's not one of those fake comebacks we saw in previous seasons, right?
Right.
So I really like this kind of, playing, this guy's playing hard and stuff, and it's probably on Tibbs' shoulders. It's really important, like Julito said, that we don't go on long losing streaks, because that might, blow up, in the locker room and blow up the team. So,
now
and
confidence as well.
Championships players always said that the most important thing is not to fall on those long losing streaks. 2 is like the most you can go. 3, you got to get that. That's a must win for championship teams. I'm not saying we're a championship team, but it's really important not to go on those long losing streaks.
Don't count us out. Don't count us out, Andy.
Amen.
And I don't.
You never know, man.
and just for the fun of it, the Cleveland Cavaliers, I guess they put out their 3 keys to the game every game. So their first key is in the nick of time, meaning the New York Knicks are coming to town in the nick of time.
Wow.
That's their first key.
Team Tylenol. I told you.
That's their first key, in the nick of time. The second key is, they say, new kids in town, talking about Jared Allen and Torien Prince. So maybe they are playing.
They are playing, yeah.
I don't know. And then they say, they got to figure out a way to handle Julius Randle. The reason why I think it's going to be a close game is because I think they are going to go zone. And the Knicks are going to, still struggle with the zone a little bit. So I think that's why there's still going to be, a tough game for the Knicks. But I think they pull it out, though.
Hey, Sim, we do for a game where we lead the entire game. We haven't had one of those since the Bucks. It helps with morale, man.
Yeah.
We need to be leading from 5 minutes in the first quarter until the end of the game.
Yeah.
Julito, just say it, bro. You wanted to say from wire to wire, bro.
Andy, that's the guest right here, man. Andy, come on, man.
That's a good one, Andy. That's a good one. Wire to wire, yes.
Julito is not no guest, man. He fell, bro.
I'm not a guest
He's not a guest no more. He's family, man.
I'm just saying.
Y'all are hilarious.
Yeah.
Yo, talk show, man. You're funny, man.
Yeah, no doubt.
I call Andy Ninja Andy. Call Ninja because he's always sweeping. Always sweeping in the skies.
So, well, anyway, I'm going to get out of here, fellas. I appreciate you guys, man.
You out at night, brother.
I'll be back on about, what time is the game? 7?
7:30.
7:30. The game is at 7:30. All right. I'll be back on about 10:15 after the game.
Okay.
All right. For the post game. So I'm looking forward to it tonight. Looking forward to coming back and talking about a big win, man. So make sure you guys, see you guys a little bit later on. For everybody out there in the chat, we appreciate you guys for coming in. Make sure at 7 o'clock you go check out Legion of Knicks podcast. He'll be on at 7 o'clock. He normally streams through the game, so go ahead and go just join him, talk the game with him, and I think he has a post game, and then come on over here after the post game show. So we'll see you then, man.
Okay.
Let's try to get this win tonight.
Yep.
That's what I'm talking about. Be peaceful, ladies and gentlemen. Peace. And actually, ladies and gentlemen, the last thing I want to say before I get up out of here fully is just remember, today is Martin Luther King's birthday, so just keep that up there. You know what I mean? Keep that up there, and Spread love, ladies and gentlemen. As always, out of here.